All right, everyone. On May 19th, there's going to be a vote in Switzerland on whether to enact the nation's gun control policy to bring it in line with the EU, which basically means bans on most, fundamentally modern weapons, all sorts of other regulatory bullshit. Switzerland has no gun crime problem. The fact that it's even being considered there is asinine. I encourage all my Swiss fans to vote against it. By the way, it might already be the 19th in Switzerland now. Do not stay home. Fucking vote, because things like this, there can be some screwy voting results with stuff like this. The EU is involved. You remember Juncker only a couple of weeks ago, he's saying, well, we should have done more with regards to Brexit. We should have interfered. We should have been on the ground in there to try to stop it from even happening. We should have leaned on the government of the UK. What do you think they're going to do? They'll probably fuck around with your voting machines. Yeah, they probably will try to rig the vote, so all of you need to turn out and vote against this. Trust me, gun control is the worst possible thing that a nation that is generally safe and has no real crime problems can do. Why rock the boat? Why would you try to fix something that ain't broken? It makes no sense. Just like here with the liberals here over in the United States. Oh my God, this shooting happened. We need to strip the Second Amendment bare. But we're at a near 50-year low in gun crime. There's no gun crime epidemic. All of this crime epidemic shit happened back in the 80s and the 90s. It's been petering out since the middle of the 2000s, largely because of the rise of internet culture, I think. People are too fucking saturated with material all the time to actually go out and snap and be violent, because even like hermits can now have a friends circle, even if it's at a distance. I think it's great. It helps people socialize more, even if it's in a digital format. Helps people with extreme views get challenged on those views. Until morons like those at the Data Society or Right Wing Watch try to deplatform people like me when we debate people that are actual identitarians or whatever. So debate a black nationalist, that would make you racist. Debate a white nationalist and it makes you a white nationalist. It's a very screwy way in which they look at the world. I encourage you all to vote against it. And if you know anybody in Switzerland, like a lot of Swiss friend or something, you should make sure that they know. Don't let the issue go. Spend the next few hours just bombarding them nonstop and saying, fucking go vote. Because stuff like this actually matters. Switzerland is one of the most presentable nations in the world, but if you end up with a bunch of gun control, I can tell you what'll happen. Your gun crime rate will actually rise. What'll happen when your gun crime rate rises, and Switzerland has plenty of borders to smuggle illegal weapons around anyway, then they'll clamor for more gun control. This is always how it happens. You have a problem, the government or some other entity says, oh, well, here's the cure. You apply the cure, it works a little bit for a while. The problem comes back, they try to sell you more of the cure. Pretty soon you're fighting with slingshots. Switzerland's militaristic culture has always been one of its net positives. Yeah, I mean, Switzerland constantly avoids war by being too remote and ultimately economically small with regards to everything except its very neutral banking system, and too militarized to attack. Who wants to fuck around with the Swiss? You'd have heavy casualties, and then probably they just move the bank vaults or something. You'd never find their gold. They even let the Nazis store stuff there. Maybe that's why the liberals have a stick up their ass about it. If it were the communists that did that, they wouldn't have a problem, probably. It's like, the weird people. Yeah. So Switzerland on the 19th, I believe it is planning to vote. And again, that might be today. I'm not sure what time it is in Switzerland. It might be after midnight. I don't think so yet. I think it's still like really, really late on the 18th there. So, get plenty of sleep. Don't watch too many more spoon clanking videos tonight. You need your rest, and then you fucking go vote and vote against gun control. Enacting gun control when you're one of the safest countries in the world just to appease the fuckers of the EU? Why? There's really no reason to do that. The EU is going to fracture and fly apart anyway. It's already begun. All sorts of anti-EU sentiment is cropping up all over the fucking continent for a reason, because the EU can't govern. It's got a shitty currency block, shitty free movement because it has nations with differential immigration and asylum policies. Yeah, it's trying to centralize power. It's trying to bring Switzerland and everyone else in line. It would love, the EU is trying to branch out and bring the US in line on internet free speech. Yeah, the EU is a bully. It's an imperialist project, literally run by imperialists. Globalism and imperialism are the same goddamn thing. Globalism is just a family-friendly, slightly sanitized, technologically adept version of the same old imperialism a la the French or British empires, or maybe the Germans at their height, or something like that, or the Russian Empire. It's the same fucking shit that always comes out of Europe nonetheless, and then seeps into other places. Yeah. So fuck it. No, you shouldn't go along with the EU. It's a terrible idea. That's about all. Peace out.